welcome back to another live stream. Coming to you on a Thursday, that's right. Coming to you on a Thursday, going to be playing to Plunder Pirates Quest to Discovery. Which, if you didn't know, it is the mini account. The Pirate All 4. I think it did say Pirate All 3, or maybe I was thinking it, whatever. We're going to be playing on this one. Whoa, man, we got a lot of... Oh, it's because the Rumble, that's right. I collected rewards from the Rumble. That become second place, I think it was 1 million resources. I can't remember. Whatever it was. We got a lot of loot there now, though. It's going to help big time. Glad we didn't get attacked. Just a lot of loot. Alright, so we've got 3 workers. We've got 3 workers, so let's push this button here. Just to prove, look, I've been sailing. I've been sailing. And that beautiful EP starting to mount up now. We still have that one storage to do. See, I've opened up a little bit more map. And it's looking quite good. I mean, there's a tile there. I'm not going to sail there just for one tile, though. Not currently. Let's order some more troops to complement. We have the bomber and the sky raider. I'm going to get one of each. Let's officially take a look. Let's get another brute and some more gunners, just to show them off. They're not going to be very good at all. Hello, Heat. God, it's so important to sail. Yes, I agree. I agree, it's so important to sail. And it hurts for me to say that, because I hate sailing. Now, we've got all this loot. Have we upgraded? Yeah, we have upgraded that. That's right, we've done that. The academy finished. There's one last thing. The tavern's done. We might as well do the guild hall, right? 150,000, 16 hours. Means we're going to be able to get a pirate catcher and a stonemason building, which is going to help us tenfold. Let's start that one then. What other builders can we get going? I also made sure I got one of the gun towers up to level 4, which is max for this one. Because remember we had a look yesterday, I had level 2, level 3, so I made them level 3 and level 4. And now you can see what the level 4 is. So there's going to be another 1 damage, still no range additional to this one. 40,000 gold. 120 BP. Maybe we've had a look at it. I can do that off camera now, right? Also, I've done a cannon to level 7, so I can go up to 8. What's these other ones? 6s. Yeah, I think 8 would be the max. What we should do is actually upgrade our mortar. I think I've not actually mentioned this, and I should. When upgrading defences, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It's been a long while. When upgrading defences, they still defend. This isn't Clash of Clans. You can upgrade 4 defences at once, and they will still defend even when upgrading, when you're offline, etc. Of course. So bear that in mind. Don't be afraid to upgrade your most important defence, which is the mortar. Really, we should get that going, because that's probably going to go up to level 4. And it starts to look a bit menacing at level 4. Let's do that. We may as well also get the lighthouse going. 2.5 hours, and then we can get the ship going. Hello, Midas. How you going, my friend? Hope you're well. Might as well get the lighthouse going. 350,000 grog, 1,000 EP. Good job we've been sailing off camera, otherwise we wouldn't be getting that going. Let's start that. Yes, we got no workers free, if that comes out the way. But what we can do is make sure we get a couple of troops going in the academy. And did I say we done this base design? I defended since yesterday. Got 100%ed by someone. The ship. So once the lighthouse has been built to level 2, it's going to take 25 minutes. I might as well do this off camera. It's going to get almost double the hit points. Not quite. It's going to do 2 more damage on defense. And it's going to have an additional 200 range for sailing, which is going to help me probably unlock parts that we haven't already done. Defending. It's going to gain an extra range tile. So if I push here, yeah, you can see it. The red markers, they'll extend a little bit more and cover the mortar probably if they come to attack from this side. Let's get to the attacks then. Let's have a look at our 1 bomber. Clash of Clans causes a lot of misconceptions in this game. It does, yeah, it does. And it's good to know that a game hasn't been a copycat, as a lot of people like to call games that are similar to Clash of Clans, which isn't always fair. Because generally, I mean, take clothing for instance. Would you say that Nike or Nike, however you like to pronounce it, copied Adidas? I'm not too sure what ones was around first, but you get what I mean. There's other brands come out of clothing, and it's the same with games. Someone comes out with a really great idea, and other people go, well, I've got a few other different ideas, and that's what we're going to do. So I can't exactly say it's copycat as such. This is the Thunderstruck event. Let's see if we can get 3 stars. We need grog. I've probably been playing on the main account a little bit too much because this is probably a bit too big for me, but we'll give it a try. We've got 35 troop capacity now, let's bear that in mind. Get our brutes in there, nice little puddle bases. This is what happens in the Thunderstruck event. And the wind direction. So the wind direction is the place that your Sky Raider is actually going to go. Let's make sure I deploy my gunners. Let's just spread them out. Get Cornelius in now, otherwise I'll run out of time. So you can see where the waves are going, or additionally you can see this flag. And that's the way the wind's going. The flag's on that. You've got the flag on the pirate hall and on the ship as well, right? And that's just showing you the way the Sky Raider's going to go. If we tap, for instance, here, you're going to see him float along with his parachute in that direction for, I think, about 5 to several seconds. There is certain buildings that prevents him from flying over the top. Also the rocky outcrops, so these big white boulder things. If he flies into one of them, he's going to drop straight to the floor. And also things like storages, gold mines, pirate hall, ship, lighthouse, silo, tavern, academy, guild hall. So any tall buildings, even though the gold mines don't look that tall. Gun towers work as well, so if he flies into the gun tower, then he will fall to the ground. So there's quite a few things that can prevent him from... And he is useful, and especially during the Thunderstruck event, which is this event here, hence the weird look to the game. He's exceptionally more powerful during this event, which is why people like to use the Sky Raiders. And you can have a maximum 8 Sky Raiders from your own tavern, and if you have a guild ship which holds at maximum 10 troops, you can get a further 10 Sky Raiders from there. But from your own tavern you can only take 8 to battle at max. And here you see, we've actually got a 3-star coming on. I really didn't... I know we missed a lot, but I had to explain about the Sky Raiders. We missed the bomber in action. Never mind, we'll do another attack. Plus, why it's good to upgrade your ship quick for better rewards in the sailing event. Exactly, yeah. Sailing events come along, single events and guild events, and it helps to have the biggest ship possible to you, which means you can sail for longer and acquire more points for that. But we'll go on more about that when the sailing event is about to happen, which will probably be the next event after this, which will be not this Wednesday coming, the following Wednesday. Normally have about a week break in between the events. Let's get cracking to the next one. I have no idea how much grog we're going for. We do need to prioritise, so this is a good thing now. We've got the bombers we've just unlocked. We've got a voodoo hut to build. So we'll have to think about maybe doing that at some point. Maybe next episode's going to take 1 day. We've got to start prioritising our troops to what ones we want to upgrade. Now, I'm going to make sure I do only 5 to 10 attacks each episode for this account. Why? Because I feel, especially this level, I don't want to... I'm gemming my attacks, so I don't want people to think, well, you're attacking more than the normal person would. And you can... The army's about 8 minutes, 10 attacks, 80 minutes, thereabouts. Is an hour and 20 minutes in relation to waiting around, etc. So I don't think that 10 attacks is too much out of what someone would normally be able to do. And of course, I have to use gems, otherwise you'd be sitting here with me for an hour and 20 minutes. It's not ideal. But yeah, I don't want to do too many attacks where it seems like it's unrealistic progress that I'm making within the game. So if I stick to 5 to 10 attacks, the more that we progress in the game, the longer our armies take, then the more we'll have to knock down the attacks slightly, so it's in relation to everyone else. But I think it's a fair reflection, 10 attacks. At a push, 5, I mean, we're sitting on a bunch of loot. Okay, so 33 points. I don't know why it's not showing additional for the Thunderstruck event, because it's still Thunder. Where's the loot? All in the middle. You got these paddle bases. I will not go into detail about how to prevent a puddle base. Just make sure that, see all this grainy area, you've got that going. Anything that's a 2x2 tile, yeah, so that's 4 tiles in a radius, and a square radius, then it's going to leave these puddle bases. And you don't want that, otherwise people just drop their troops in here, like so. And let's get a bomber in there. Let's get once this mortar goes down, we'd be in business. Get some gunners in there, push the button. Let's get a gunner there, make sure we get all our corners, greenbeard sorted, a couple there. Wind direction. So the wind's coming in this way, we can tell from the way the waves are moving in this way. That's the way how I tell other people use the flags and buildings. The legendary fault gets in the way once that's destroyed. We can now drop our Sky Raider and he'll fly over that, but if I had done that prematurely, he would have just dropped straight into the ocean. He does have an ability, but we won't get it for a good few pirate balls yet, probably pirate ball 9 I think, which is a long way off for us. He gets a special ability that makes him go berserk. He does a lot of damage, but currently you can see we're just using the 1. At some point maybe we're going to use an 8 Sky Raiders, but we've only got 35 troop capacity, so we've got to bear that in mind, though they are quite good. And here is going to be another 3-star. This is really helping. It sounds stupid, but that extra 10 troop capacity, and considering I'm using 1 more brute, I think 3 more gunners, a Sky Raider and a bomber, it seems like I've got so many more troops. We're overpowering these bases where before we wouldn't have been able to beat these bases. There we go, so it's 30 points plus the 3. 33 points. I think we've now unlocked our first chest for the event. We'll check that in a little bit, do a few more attacks first. I think we can hold somewhere around 601,000 grog. Yeah, we've still got a bit of room for improvement. No puddle here, quite good cannons, decent ship. Gun, I mean, it's not a fully maxed set, but it's okay, but the design's pretty stable, so we're going to push next on that one. Don't be afraid to hit the next button. This one here, you've got a decent, that's a level 4 mortar at the very least. Level 3 walls, decent gun tower, it's level 5 I believe, 4-5. Pair of them, so there's a lot of damage coming out of there. The ship is over there, it's covering sort of a part of the base. Not loads of loot, so I'm going to hit next. Need to try and get 3 stars in this event. Okay, so it's a very good centralised mortar there, and we can combat that. There's really exposed cannons, there's one sort of there as well. I think there's a gun tower over here, yep, there is. One over there, you've got the legendary fort there, and the ship over here. And a bunker. We should be able to snipe this bunker. What I mean by snipe is just be out of range of any building, drop 1 troop and it will see to that business. Now, let's drop in our brutes. Keep an eye on where that mortar is actually shooting, because I don't want to drop all my gunners there and lose my all my gunners to that. Get Cornelius in because he's quite tanky. Brutes just in range of that bunker now, he starts to take quite a bit of damage. Let's spread out some gunners here. Got to be careful of that gun tower over there. Let's pop the button. There's a cannon there protecting that, so I can't really get to the ship. Maybe I can get to the legendary fort, like so. But hold back on these 3 gunners now. I need to get inside and take this mortar out before it takes out my gunners. 1 shot's going to be devastating. Here comes the first blow. See, the health bars have really got drained there. And a mine just exploded the rest of my gunners. Let's get the rest of these in there. I know we still have the bomber in there. He goes for any building. Once we have a bigger group and we start to go through walls a lot more often, I'll explain the bomber a bit better. Just want to throw him into the mix, get him into the action. Choose our Sky Raider. Whoops, I was meant to hit the gunner's ability first, but never mind. Float straight over the top there, not quite over the fence. And that's his damage going through the wall. Very fast at attacking. Gun tower's gone down, so the only thing defended now is that cannon and the ship. There's a 1-hole gap there. You could, in essence, deploy it in there. If I had a brute, I could have deployed here. It would have probably gone towards the ship. There's a chance it could have gone to the cannon, but most likely not. And talking about the brutes, we still don't have the ability. I'm not too sure when we get that. Maybe this academy level, which when used, he distracts the defences, makes the defences fire on him rather than the troops. So I could have maybe diverted, if I had the ability, the gunners being fired upon by the mortar. So the individual abilities can be used quite tactically. Plus always good to upgrade. Oh yeah, I already read that. Sorry, my apologies. Over 100 PR, again, perfect. I think that's around about our maxed amount of PR. Maybe 120. I think 200 or 300. I think 300 PR is when you get another reward. What's a grog looking like? 637. Let's go and spend that now. Again, not too sure what we're actually going to spend this on. Right, so I was talking about it before. I'm using currently gunners and brutes. My main concern has got to be, first of all, is always upgrade your gunners first. That's your damage dealer. That's the one that's going to help you get the loot. The one that's going to take out the defences from afar. We need to make sure that we're getting the damage dealers first. And make sure instead of doing their defense, it might sound like a good idea, get them some toughness. So they're staying alive a little bit longer. But we want this damage, extra 10 damage. It's only doing currently 22 damage. It'd be doing 32 damage. That is major. Make sure we get this straight away. Then afterwards we'll be getting the range boost one. Again, as I said before, be able to shoot from slightly further away. And the gun towers will get another one range at some point, which sort of counteracts one and the other. But if you don't bother to do the range, then the gun tower definitely can outrange the gunner and kill him pretty quick. So let's get that done. Then, because we're using brutes, we're using gunners and brutes, let's start to focus on, well, let's get the brutes going. Toughness, because they're a tank, we want to get the toughness first before worrying about any C abilities. What I will do, instead of getting a 10 damage afterwards, I'll jump down and get the Ahab's. I'll show you on probably, I don't know, the next 2-3 episodes. Ahab's Apprentice, which is his sailing, or should I say exploration skill. And then after that we'll get the other toughness. Then what we'll do is tower takedown. Causes an additional plus 20% damage when attacking enemy gun towers. You get some for cannons, gun towers, mortars, walls, you name it. All different types of abilities. Then he's going to be able to beat down them gun towers a bit better. Then with the extra 10 damage that will stack on top of this 20%. So they will be helping each other out. But first of all, let's make sure we get the toughness going. Then we need to say to ourselves, well, what is next on our priority list? What troops will we maybe potentially use? We could use bucks. I love using bucks. But at the minute, this Pirate 4 is quite fitting to have brutes. Brutes are quite powerful now at this stage of the game. So it's best that we get the gunners and brutes going. Next, bombs should be next. Yeah, depending on walls. I mean, we're not really having problems with walls down here at the moment. Probably if we're attacking Pirate 5 and 6 is definitely bombers. But if we really want to start thinking about using Sky Raiders, then it's something we'd have to consider maybe using Sky Raiders. But as Heat said there, if you're going to be count against walls and 2 layers of walls to get through, then you need to get them bombers, which are going to bust through the walls. So we're in a conundrum. We're not using thieves. We don't have to worry about them right now. We was using bucks, but we're prioritising brutes for now because we're using them instead. No point having both on there at the same point. So we either go for bombers. When we go along, the first one, we can't really do much. Here you got 40 more damage, in essence 50 more on defence. And then we've got Wall Breaker, so an extra 130% damage when attacking enemy walls. That's going to be vital. I said, hello there, Electro Gamer. How you going, my friend? Sky Raiders, take a little look. Cannon Crusher. Causes an additional plus 50 damage when attacking enemy cannons. You got to think, the cannons are ones that's going to start killing my brutes, because they're the ones that do the most damage. And brutes being a higher hit point building, so we're going to go the Sky Raider route. It'd be good because we're going to get eventually plus 5 attack. And then we get the Cannon Crusher. So when they land, you can try and sort of aim for a cannon if you really practice and get good at using Sky Raiders. you can drop those on top of cannons and take those out, and then your brutes would be left alive quite healthily. Let's try, first of all, 300,000. Okay, let's get a couple of attacks in. We're going to get the bomber going, so probably 2 more attacks, 3 more attacks, something like that. Hello all, I'm doing fine, thanks. Glad to hear it, my friends. Glad to see you back as well. How's your account going? What guild you in? I'll take a little look at your base. Where's the mortar? The mortar's over here. The ship's there. There's a cannon there. Gun tower over there. Quite well spaced out. Got not Cornelius Eston. Got Caesar defending. Hit points increase on defences by 20%. So it's vital that we're going to take this out and increase damage done by defences. So there's one gun tower that's going to be buffed. We need to take out this legendary... I don't believe this. Dancing special. Oh no. I've gone into battle without my troops. That doesn't help. Let's get the troops. Let's get on the attack. At least we started a buff for aeronauts. We don't have aeronauts. They're quite late in the game. This has been the good thing about having bombers, as Heat said, but also sky raiders, depending on the wind direction. Wind direction is not in my favour. If the wind direction was coming in this way, we'd be able to get to that mortar, but it's not, it's coming in from this direction. Actually, because there's a gap there, I might, depending on time, might not, the sky raider I think would just overcook the wall there. Let's try it. Let's just try it. So if we get 1, 2 brutes there, get them all in there, couple of gunners in there, like so. I'm probably going to lose this, by the way. Drop a sky raider there. But yeah, he just got hit by that pirate. I couldn't really come over much more than that. Maybe in this corner, might have just got into that more. Who knows? The sky raiders are quite tricky, but they're fun to use. So we can get some gunners on. If it lets me. On that ship. Brute is trying to take out the mortar, which we really needs. There we go. There's a cannon hiding in amongst all that, which is the good thing about brutes, because they're going to target defences. However, I can't really see us getting the 3-star at all. Be lucky to get 1 at this rate. Let's try and sneak in our guns there. If we can get this gun tower down, be in business, we are taking damage off that cannon. And along with that gun tower too. We have quite a few gunners here. As long as that gun tower goes down, we are laughing. There we go. Come round, get that cannon. We're looking at a 2-star. Maybe 3. Depends how much of this damage Cornelius can take. There's 1 defence left. The guild ship up there. Time might not be on our side. Just having a quick look about. I think there's, what, 4 or 5 gunners there. Let's throw the monkey quickly. That's it. Cornelius is still tanking the damage, the monkey is free, but because he's closer to the cannon, once the cannon eventually, if he kills Cornelius, he should focus the little weight, leaving our gunners alone. And that's what I love about Cornelius Eston. These apes are so useful, but a lot of people are not that fond of Cornelius Eston. He's not the best LP out there, legendary pirate. But in my own opinion, I think he's really good for strategy. You can throw your apes in strategical locations just over walls if you're struggling to get through a wall and all the defences turn and target them. I am too bad. No, never. Hello there. I can't quite read the names. Panzeris, I think that says. The text is really small on this screen. My apologies. But hello, nice to see you. Did you say the wrong name? Hey. Good to see another name though. And in goes. I didn't think we was going to freestyle that. I lied. 20 odd seconds left. We'll take that. Decent loot too. Again, always make sure that you're going for loot that you think is worth your time. There's no point as a pirate or 4 going for 8,000 gold and grog. There's a lot more loot out there. And don't forget, time is precious. And if you're only doing 5 to 10 attacks a day, it's going to take you a lot of attacks to be able to upgrade your defences, resource buildings and all the rest of it. Now if you're taking 50 to 100k of each resource from 5 to 10 attacks a day, then you're taking obviously a lot more loot and you can do more with it. I can't remember, how much was the bombers? Was they 250 or 350,000 grog? I can't remember. We're going for another attack, nonetheless. This one is for witch doctors. I can't tap the button, it's not letting me. Ooh, that's big gold. Not too concerned about gold, we're wanting the grog really. Again, there's another puddle base as they call them. You've got to be careful with them puddle bases. I want more grog than that. 40,000, and it's not overly protected. I mean, I don't think we need to use Cornelius Heston, which is a bonus for us. There's a grog storage here. I'm slightly concerned about the mortar there, but I should be able to sneak in 4 lots of brutes, take out that mortar. Let's try that. In this corner here, all 4 together. As soon as that mortar goes down, we can start deploying our gunners. See how quick that mortar's going down. And then being quite tanky, they can survive being hit by that cannon for quite a while. Get a few gunners in there, get rid of that gun tower. Got this cannon here, get the bomber in too. So he throws 5 lots of bombs, and if the target isn't destroyed, he moves on to another target. There's 2, 3, 4, someone else is shooting it, 5. See if now he'll do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. He moves on to another target because it weren't destroyed. He'll do the same. Now he's wandering off. It can be frustrating, and it can leave you potentially leaving behind buildings that's half hit. The more bombers you use, the less likeliness of them leaving behind buildings. Bye all, gotta run. See you later, Heat. Thanks for watching. Let's use our gunner's abilities. Want to try and get through this pirate hall a little bit quicker. Got the cannon defending there, gun tower over the back, and a ship. There's still quite a bit to beat. Now we're going to contemplate using the Sky Raider. I can throw him right here, and he's fell straight on top of the lighthouse. Exactly what I wanted. Why? I was hoping he was going to go towards the cannon. He's tanked some damage for us. I was hoping to go towards the cannon, and they've got such great damage per second, DPS, that he would have really probably 1v1 that cannon or close to it. 1 minute 20 odd seconds. We've got a lot of brutes, a lot of gunners. We've got another 3-star coming to us. We'll have a little look and see how we're doing in the event for prizes. Probably prize 1 still, I would say. Maybe prize 2 if we're lucky. We didn't use Cornelius there, which means we don't lose any stamina because we didn't deploy him. Let's quickly check back out here. How much is that bomber? I'm sure it said 350,000, right? 300,000, okay. One more attack should ensure that. Make sure we go with our troops. Don't want to leave them behind. So, what guild are you in, Electro Gamer? Don't be afraid for me to look at your base. I've looked at all different level of bases. There's probably not a base I haven't seen. Are you called Electro Gamer in-game as well? Make sure my chat isn't disappearing like last time. Yep. But if you really don't want me to look at your base, I won't. You shouldn't be embarrassed of your base. Doesn't matter if you're a fully maxed out Pirate Hall 11 or a Pirate Hall 2 playing the game. We all had to start the game somewhere, like myself. And I really started getting into the game and YouTubing from about Pirate Hall 6. Mainly probably Pirate Hall 7 more so. Pirate Hall 6 just giving a bit of tips about how I beat some old event that no longer stands anymore. They've changed the event. Let's get on with the attack though. 41,000. I'm still staying. I'm still staying. I've got one attack. One attack to try and get this loot. Got the mortar there, isn't exactly well protected. There's a little gap in here. Due to the Thunderstruck event probably. But be careful, them little gaps there. That mortar's really vulnerable. We got any defences around here apart from the ship there? No, which is good news for us. Little baby cannon in there. There's a gun tower there. Should be out of range of the mortar. So a couple of gunners in there, a couple in there. I didn't even see that bunker. Whoops. We need to waste a few more gunners. Get rid of the gun tower and cannon. Perfect. Worth its weight in gold. Don't forget that these defences are going to target the first dropped troop. So if we get the brute in now, he's going to get targeted by the mortar, by the cannons, and that's exactly what we want. So that damage is all coming down to him. I need to try and get this mortar down before it turns around and shoots my gunners, like so. There's another mortar here. The bomber in there. Get a few more gunners in there. And then let's pop their ability. Will we need to use Cornelius? Probably, but we're not going to. Wind directions coming in this way because the direction of the waves, again, you can look at if you can find. There's the guild hall, you can see a flag there. The guild ship's got the flags as well. The pirate hall, the ship. So just follow where them flags are going. As long as it's pointing in that direction, see there, that's where they're going to go. If we just drop, and again I'll show you on top of the storage, he's going to fall to the ground like so. So be careful how you aim those Sky Raiders, because any tall buildings, or as I said, rocky outcrops, like so, there, will make them drop to the ground. Sometimes you can do it strategically, and that'll give you an advantage, sometimes it doesn't, it's a hindrance. Guild ship to go, we've got quite a bit actually. The ship, I don't know if we're near 3-star this, time will tell. We've got plenty of gunners, we've got the bombers, brutes, Sky Raider. Isn't it late in your country? It's coming up for 10 to 9 PM. Where are you from, Electro Gamer? America, I'm guessing? I'm guessing. Going with a hunch. There's a little bomber there. Almost dead. He's going to give up on that building in a minute. He's gone through the walls, look at that. Love the bombs. It's a crazy character. And they get an exclamation mark sometimes if they want to go charging across the map, and it does. It looks like they're galloping on a horse, and especially if, say, 10 of them, it looks really crazy. And their damage, I haven't explained about their damage. Their damage is the highest damage in the game. So they have a lot of damage behind them. They're not your typical Clash of Clans wall breakers. They have a lot different AI. If there's a building in the way, they'll go for the building rather than the wall. I'm from Belgium, my apologies. So your time is later than mine. You're 1 hour ahead of me, to the best of my knowledge. So it's count for 10 to 10 in your country. Last couple of buildings now, silo left, which is that little building there. We just took out the builder's hut. We're going to be able to have enough resources to be able to get our bombers upgraded to level 2. Didn't use Cornelius now. And again, it means we don't lose any stamina. Brute those troops, let's come out. Take a quick look how we're doing in the event. Oh, we've earned 3 prizes. Leave them in there. We're on 202 tokens. Need 98 more to be able to get the Explorer's Booty. All the way at the end, the 45,000 tokens. That's not going to happen. Not in the month of Sundays. Not as a Pirate Hall 4. I'm fully with you there. It's tiring. And plus, school tomorrow, right? I'm guessing, unless you're an adult, and work tomorrow, I assume. Let's get our bombers run button. Our bombers started in here. 300,000, well invested. It leaves less loot for someone else to come and take off me. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. We should be live streaming tomorrow on this Pirate Hall 4 account. Thanks for watching all. Have a pleasant evening and day, and bye for now.